Connor McDavid is one of the most popular hockey players in the world right now, and for good reason. This guy has managed to hit the pinnacle of the NHL, becoming the youngest captain in the history of the league, and winning the coveted Art Ross Trophy a staggering 5 times. Know what's even crazier? Connor has achieved all of this while being just 27 years old. With the Edmonton Oilers lining up yet another challenge for the NHL championship, much of their hopes will definitely rely on Connor. But how did this guy become the hockey behemoth that he is today? Join us as we take a deep dive into Connor McDavid, the man, the player, the future legend. Connor McDavid was born on January 13, 1997 in Richmond Hill, Ontario. He had a pretty solid foundation in hockey, as while his parents might not have been professional players, they were huge fans of the sport. And like many parents, they quickly instilled the love of hockey in their kids. Picking things up, Connor quickly became a hockey aficionado. And by the age of 3, he had already become a master at balancing himself on skates. And a year later, he had already begun playing in little leagues. Connor's natural talent and speed were evident for everyone to see. And while local regulations required that kids be at least 5 years old to be registered in local hockey leagues, Connor's mom managed to get him into the program while he was 4. And he did not disappoint. Despite being much younger than most of the kids there, Connor showed incredible talent, dominating kids who were much older than him on the ice and displaying impressive levels of skill. With his father Brian as the head coach, Connor led the York Simcoe Express to 4 Ontario Minor Hockey Association championships. By 2011, Connor's career took a major turn. He left the Simcoe Express to join the Toronto Marlboros of the Greater Toronto Hockey League, where he was named the league's Player of the Year and won the Tim Adams Memorial Trophy. By 2012, Hockey Canada granted Connor the Exceptional Player status, allowing him to begin playing junior ice hockey when he was just 15. And as you can imagine, the offers came pouring in. Connor was selected first overall in that year's draft by the Erie Otters of the Ontario Hockey League, and he played there until 2015. In his final season, Connor scored 120 points, receiving several awards, including the Red Tilson Trophy, the Wayne Gretzky 99 Award, and CHL Player of the Year awards. He also represented Team Canada at several international competitions across this period, with a gold medal win at the 2013 IIHF World U18 Championships and the 2015 World Junior Ice Hockey Championships. With a resume as stacked as this, Connor was definitely on his way to the NHL. By the time the 2015 entry draft came along, Connor was already hot stuff. And the Edmonton Oilers, who were coming off a 24-44-14 season, were in desperate need of a frontman, realized that. They selected Connor first overall in the draft, with Connor signing a 3-year entry-level contract with the team by July of that year. The deal was worth about $11.3 million, with up to $3.7 million in annual bonuses and incentives. Just like that, Connor was an Oiler. Connor's debut for Edmonton came in October 2015, with the Oilers losing 3-1 to the St. Louis Blues. Connor came close to scoring twice in that game, but Blues goalie Brian Elliott was up to the task of stopping him. 5 days later, though, Connor wouldn't be denied. He had his first goal in his 3rd NHL game, where the Oilers lost 4-2 to the Dallas Stars. And from then on, it was aces for the young Canadian. Of course, this isn't to say that the first season was perfect. In his 13th NHL game, Connor suffered a fracture in his left clavicle after he collided into the boards with Michael Del Zotto and Brandon Manning of the Philadelphia Flyers. The injury caused him to miss 37 games, and by the time he returned in February 2016, the Oilers had already fallen well out of playoff contention. Still, Connor's return from injury was a welcome development. He notched a goal and 2 assists in his first game back, guiding the Oilers to a resounding 5-1 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. 8 days later, in a game against his hometown team, the Toronto Maple Leafs, Connor was involved in all 5 of the Oilers' points, scoring twice and assisting all of the other goals scored by teammate Jordan Eberle. When the 2015-16 season was said and done, Connor was 10th in NHL rookie scoring, despite playing just 19 games all season. He finished the season with 16 goals and 32 assists, despite playing just 45 games, notching a 3rd-place finish in Calder Memorial Trophy voting behind Shane Gostisbehere and winner Artemi Panarin. As expected, Connor still managed to make the 2015-2016 NHL All-Rookie team. By October 2016, the Oilers had named Connor their captain. At 19 years and 266 days old, Connor became the youngest captain in league history, unseating Gabriel Landeskog, who was 20 days older when he became the captain of the Colorado Avalanche back in 2012. From then on, it's been one blockbuster season after another for Connor. Helped the Oilers to their first Stanley Cup playoff berth since 2006 in his first season as captain. And that same season, he topped the NHL scorers chart while securing the Hart Memorial Trophy for the MVP in the league, as well as the Ted Lindsay Award for the most outstanding player as decided by the National Hockey League Players Association. Connor has continued to pay dividends to the Oilers, racking up multiple Art Ross Trophy honors and All-Star team selections. And despite being just 27 years of age, this young Canadian is already on his way to a legendary NHL career, all thanks to his impressive resume and skill set. Of course, it is impossible to have achieved the type of longevity that Connor has enjoyed without being an incredibly gifted player. But what exactly elevates Connor to the level that not many other men have reached when it comes to hockey? Well, Connor has displayed several attributes that put him in the conversation of true hockey legends. First, we've got to mention Connor's blistering pace. Today, Connor is renowned as being one of the quickest and most explosive players in the NHL. He's got an impressive ability to get on his pace quickly and maintain his course and pace while still maneuvering the puck. And as you can imagine, this gives him an incredible advantage over his opponents. But Connor isn't just a run-and-gun type of hockey player. With his tactical intelligence, he's able to use his speed to his advantage, creating scoring opportunities while also disrupting the plans of his opponents and beating them on the dribble. In a single moment, Connor can turn a seemingly benign play into a score-goaling opportunity, confusing defenders with his blistering pace and incredible athleticism. So it's not just a case of someone being able to run quickly. Connor has also been blessed with an amazing IQ and feel for the game, which allows him to read plays and make opportunities seemingly out of nothing. NHL has gotten much faster over the years, and this means that control over the puck has become incredibly important. Connor has mastered this skill, easily navigating through tight spaces on the ice and exploding into plays in a way that only a few other players can really replicate. With his ability to blend grace and athleticism, Connor is easily one of the most exciting players to watch in the NHL today. Connor's passing is another aspect that doesn't get enough recognition. With his impressive vision, he's able to dish out absolute dimes to his teammates, setting them up in convenient ways for them to score. And considering the fact that he is also a threat himself, Connor easily has that magnetism that draws opposing defenders to himself, leaving his teammates open so he can easily set them up for success. You can easily see this by the fact that Connor has an assist tally that stacks up nicely with his goals. Essentially, he's not just a scorer. Instead, Connor is a complete player who's seemingly able to do everything. And even when he doesn't score, he's always there to dish out the most beautiful assists you'll ever see. We should also talk about Connor's impressive leadership. I mean, this guy became the youngest captain in NHL history. And that's not by accident. Connor inspires his teammates, while also holding his nerve in clutch situations and showing an ability to bounce back from injuries. This shows his mental fortitude as well as his ability to be a beacon of hope for his comrades. When it comes to sports, true leadership comes in your ability to set an example and rally your teammates if the need arises. And as you can imagine, Connor exhibits these traits in spades. Even the most intense circumstances, Connor remains focused, and this means his teammates can always rely on him when the chips are down, and they need a miracle. It's why he's so popular, and why the Oilers will remain a threat for as long as he's wearing their colors. Connor McDavid is undoubtedly a generational talent. He's the type of guy that any team will want to have with him, and he's already got a stacked trophy cabinet to show for it. That Stanley Cup isn't here yet, but given Connor's trajectory, you'd be pretty out of pocket to bet against him.